All right, we're here at the Midwest LSA Expo. It's the end of the expo now, and we got 3 days of really nice weather. Today it's raining, but hey, we dodged that bullet completely, and it was a wonderful show. I'm Dan Johnson talking to Chris Collins, and who is the leader of the event here, and this was year number what, Chris?
Year number 11.
All right, very good. How do you feel it went this year?
That was a wonderful time. We had 3 days of a lot of fun and a lot of flying, which is what this event is all about. It's the opportunity to do demo flights and talk to the representatives and the manufacturers and not have the interruptions in the air show crowd and things like that. And we think we accomplished that goal. There was a lot of foot traffic and a lot of air traffic.
Amen. I saw it too, and it was fun. There were times when I was up flying when we really had to swivel our heads to watch other traffic because there was that much going on. People enjoying some flying.
And there was a lot of difference this year. We had the powered parachute company, Infinity, was here. They were flying in the mornings and the evenings. That was good. And then a lot of gyro participation this year.
Yeah, that was really fun to see too.
Yeah.
Greg Greminger, of course, one of your stalwarts, was here and gave my wife a ride. She really loved it and gave some other people who felt similarly a flight. But he wasn't the only one this year. There were several others flying.
Yes.
So that's very cool. So I want to kind of focus a little bit on some other aspects of the airport here besides airplanes, because I walked into the terminal this year. I've been here 10 years before. I missed 1 year, but I've been 10 times. I walked into the terminal and went, I don't even recognize this place. What happened that I'm talking about, Chris?
Well, in the off season, it all started with the death of our beloved Donnie Wilkie, that was the restaurant operator here for many, many years. He passed away right before last year's expo. After the expo was over, his family ran it a couple more months, and they decided they didn't want to continue on after 70 years in the restaurant business.
70 years.
So that left us with a void, and we took the winter and remodeled the inside of the terminal, and we picked the one that we wanted, and we're pretty relentless around here, and we just kept up the pressure. And after a winter of not a lot going on in this building, May 7th, we lit the fuse, and this place has been just a spark plug of activity with the addition of the Bonnie Cafe. And we're feeding hundreds of people per day here at this airport now at our terminal. Matter of fact, the FAA was here on Friday, and the administrator couldn't believe it, that we had that kind of traffic here for a non-towered airport. And we have seating for 196, and there's a lot of times where we use all 196.
Goodness gracious. And that is no exaggeration. Video man Dave was in here one morning at 7 a.m., said the place was almost full. At noon, I saw it almost full. And this is on days when you didn't have anything other than Expo going on. So it's a pretty amazing development here, and it makes the airport just look that much more alive. And the townspeople are embracing this, Chris?
Yeah, and when I say 196 capacity, obviously that's not airplanes flying in, although we would really love that. But that's the town coming here and eating. We have people eat 3-4 days a week here. It's really remarkable to see, and to see this kind of traffic coming out and the parking lot filled when you come to work in the morning. It just puts a big smile on your face, and it engages the airport with the townspeople. And we also have the soccer club playing here.
Excellent. There was a whole bunch of kids out here one day.
7 fields.
7
that are going on Saturday mornings strong, and then they have individual practices Monday through Friday in the evenings, and so all those families are coming in and eating in the restaurant too.
It was good food, so it wasn't much of an arm twist to make them do that, I think, or encourage them to do that. But I admire the outreach that you're doing with the local community. Many airports don't do that, and that's why they sometimes get in trouble. So things are good for the Midwest LSA Expo and the Mount Vernon Airport, right?
Yeah, we're having a lot of fun.
You had a major event just a month ago, and you saw that going on here. What am I talking about, Chris?
Well, the major event was the AirVenture Cup race, and that was 80 plus airplanes racing to Wisconsin to kick off AirVenture. And so we rolled right out of that, went to AirVenture with them, and then started prepping and planning for this, the Midwest LSA Expo. And then next week's the KR National Gathering.
Wow.
And so we love aviation here, and we hope it shows.
Well, it certainly does. And in some of these images, you'll see the airport right behind Chris there. It's a big, lovely airport where Light Sport and Sport Pilot kits and Ultralights rule the day for 3 days. It's a pretty exciting thing, and everybody feels so welcomed by your and your team's wonderful embrace of everyone that comes here. So you've got a good crew that works with you, and obviously that requires good leadership. So good on you.
And we couldn't do it without all those volunteers. We call them the Orange Shirt Crew, and I was so proud yesterday. At about 3:30 when this thing was wrapping up, I looked around and I had 15 or 20 orange shirts around me. They already had trucks and trailers hooked up and were taking the show lines down and the tents down, and I just couldn't believe it. And we're so blessed to have those people, and they get it, and they know their roles, and they do it well, and I'm just so proud.
And everybody I talk to says, wow, the level of service here is so good. Everybody is so accommodating. The guy with the water going around giving everybody water was much appreciated, but so much of what you folks do here is so appreciated, Chris. So,
well, we're just pleased to have the industry here in our community.
Let's go to next year, which will be year number 12. What are the dates for next year, Chris?
I don't have a calendar in front of me, but I'm thinking it's September 9, 10, and 11.
All right, we'll
but it would be
that.
the weekend after Labor Day 2020.
There you go. So that'll put a very fine point on it. Get through the Labor Day weekend and then start planning to come to Midwest LSA Expo number 12.
And we're hoping to just keep building on what we've done and make it better. But main thing that I'm pleased is we had another safe event.
Amen.
And everybody was really happy. Everybody left with smiles on their faces.
And I think a number of them are going to end up picking up a new aircraft.
I believe so.
And so that was exciting to see too.
Yes.
All good stuff, Chris. Once again, you think the dates are 9, 10, and 11?
I believe so.
Of 2021, we're talking 2020. We're
2020.
talking about. So
the 12th annual.
The 12th annual. Get out your calendars, mark that down now, and make sure you get here about an hour and change east of St. Louis to put it on the map for people that haven't been here. But we had folks from, almost, I think both coasts.
Yes.
As well as way down south and people from Minnesota. So, I mean, you drew from all over, and you're quite centrally located here. So.
Yeah, it's a really good location and easy to get to.
And so the airport identifier?
Mike Victor November.
There you go, MVN. So Mount Vernon, Illinois. We'll look to see Chris and the crew next year, and I hope all of you come along as well.
Thank
Chris,
you, Dan.
give us a website address where we can track more, find out the exact dates, and see what happened this year and what's coming for next year.
Real simple, MidwestLSAExpo.com.
Good stuff. And of course, I'll keep up with that on my own website, bydanjohnson.com. Thanks for joining Chris Collins and myself here at the Midwest LSA Expo.
Thank you, Dan.
Let's go.